All right. So this is going to be the first hexagon, and then I'll upload another video with hexagon number 2. Let's just get started, shall we? No use for preamble. So you start with a magic loop, and if you've seen my video before regarding granny squares, I don't like the magic loop. Not my biggest forte. So I'm just going to start with a chain 4, and the first chain is going to count as my magic loop. So hexagon number 1, the first round states to chain 3, which is going to count as your double crochet, and then 11 double crochet into the loop. So there's my magic circle. I chained 1, and then I'm going to do the chain 3 as my double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, starting with 4 chains to start with, and then I'm going to do 11 double crochet right into that 4th chain from my hook, that very first chain that I made. Okay, so as you see, when I'm crocheting over this tail, which leaves less ends to weave in at the very, very end when you are crocheting over the ends. It works really well when you're doing like monochrome hexagons, but if you're going to be changing colors, that color might stick out, so you might just have to bite the bullet and weave in the ends when you're done all of your hexagons. So then I'm slip stitching to the chain 3, and round 1 is done. Round 2, you're going to chain 3, which counts as your double crochet, and then you are going to, in the next double crochet, work 3, I think I stopped talking in that sentence. Work 3 double crochets in the next double crochet. So you have 1 there, and then you have 3 there. And then you are going to repeat that all the way around. So you're going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 3 in this stitch. And then repeat 1, and then 3 in the next stitch. If I'm going too fast, I do apologize. I can always pop on live later on in the week and walk through this step by step for anybody who needs a little bit of extra sort of assistance. So for this round, I continued crocheting over that end, and now, end of round 2, you can see that there is no end to weave in at the very end of this hexagon, so that makes me happy. I am going to do all of the hexagons in a monochromatic look. If you're choosing to use scraps, that's okay too. You can change colors after every round or every other round. You can do a monochromatic sort of look on your blanket. Just make it yours. There are no rules when it comes to colors. So then we're going to move straight on to round 3 of this hexagon. So we're going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet into that same stitch. We're going to chain 1, we're going to skip that stitch, and we're going to single crochet, chain 2, which will be your corner, and then single crochet into that same stitch there. And then you're going to chain 1, you're going to skip that double crochet. And then you are going to single crochet into the next one. And then you are going to repeat that. So chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet into that next one. And then that is your second corner of your hexagon. And then repeat all the way around. So single crochet, skip, chain, skip, single crochet, chain, work your corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, skip 1, single crochet, work your corner. Hexagon 1 is definitely one that looks best when you use more than one color, because for this single crochet round you can use an alternate color and then go back to your color 1, and the finished look is just kind of a little peekaboo of color for round 3. It's quite an interesting sort of look. Work my final corner. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip my last DC, and then I'm going to slip stitch into that first single crochet that we made in the beginning of that round. So now you can see your hexagon is starting to look more like a hexagon with all 6 sides. So now would be a good time to change colors again if you'd like, and we're going to go right on to round 4, which reads chain 3, again counting as your double crochet, and then you are going to double crochet into that chain 1 space from the previous round. You're going to then double crochet into that single crochet made. And then you are going to 3 double crochet into that chain 2 corner. 1, 2, and 3. Oops. 3. And then you are going to double crochet into every single crochet and chain 1 space made from your previous round. So you've got a single crochet there, we're going to double crochet into that. You've got a chain 1 space, we're going to DC into that. You have your middle single crochet, you have your next chain 1 space, and then you have your last single crochet. And now you're at your chain 2 corner space. We're going to do another 3 DC into that one. 1, 2, and 3. And repeat all the way around, making sure that you have every single crochet and every chain 1 space worked. For those of you who like to keep count with every round, you should have, we'll count that middle double crochet as your corner. So you should have your corner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then your 7 corner 1. So 7 on each side and then 1 in each corner. It's It's too early in the morning and I haven't finished my coffee. I can't seem to do that math. 48 double crochet for this round. And now I'm talking too much and I have no idea what I just did. Right, I'm at my next corner. So when working these hexagons, one thing that I did for my blanket, I'm using 4 different colors, all in shades of pinks and reds. I did 5 of these hexagons, all in a monochromatic look. And then the other 5 of the hexagons I chose colors at random, and I did multicolored hexes. So when I sewed them all together at the very end, it kind of has more of a uniform but still random sort of look. So now I just finished the last corner with my 3 double crochet. I'm going to double crochet into that single crochet made, and then a double crochet into that last chain 1 space, and then we're going to slip stitch to that first chain 3 of round 4. So round 5 then is going to be worked very similar to round 3, where you're doing your single crochet chain 1. So we're just going to start, we're going to chain 1 and then single crochet into that first stitch there. And then we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip that next double crochet and we're going to work a single crochet into that, chain 1, and then into your corner double crochet we're going to do a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, just to maintain that 6 corner sort of look. Now chain 1, single crochet, chain 1. Don't forget to be skipping your double crochets before you do your single crochet. So it's chain 1, skip, single crochet. Chain 1, skip, single crochet. Chain 1, skip, single crochet. Do 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 do. And then in each corner you're going to do a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So I think the biggest issue that I personally had with this particular hexagon was making sure that in my rounds 4 and 6 I hit every single crochet and chain 1 space. I definitely had to stop and go back and count a couple times to make sure that I was getting every single space, so that way when I was done there was an even number of stitches on all 6 sides. Especially for my monochromatic one, sometimes it was very difficult, as you can see. Actually, we're just going to do the chain 1 and slip stitch to finish up this round. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see where your stitches are and where your chain 1 spaces are for the monochromatic one, so that was the biggest issue that I had. Other than that, though, this is one of the easiest, well, they're all pretty easy, one of the easy hexagons that we have planned for you guys over the next month. So now we're going to go into our last round, and we're going to chain 3, which is going to count as our double crochet. Anybody bored of hearing that yet? We're going to double crochet into that chain 1 space. We're going to double crochet into that next single crochet. Again, a double crochet into the chain 1 space, double crochet into your single crochet, and now you're at your chain 2 corner. And I did my corners a little bit differently, and it's reflected in the pattern. I like the very clean cut sort of corners, so you're going to work 2 double crochet into that chain 2 space. You're going to chain 2 for your corner, and you're going to work 2 double crochet into that corner. So it's a very sort of clean cut, sort of definitely noticeable sort of corner. And continue on all the way around, making sure that you hit every single crochet and every chain 1 space along each side. I feel like I should have some music playing in the background. Alright, so we're at our last single crochet for this side. So again, we're going to do 2 double crochet into that chain 2 space, chain 2, 2 double crochet, all worked into that chain 2 space of row 5. So then if you want to go back and count, knowing that you've hit every single crochet and every chain 1 space, you'll have a chain 2 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 double crochet. And that will be even on all 6 sides. So you should have 13 here and then a chain 2, 13 here, chain 2. Working a double crochet into that single crochet space, and then your chain 1 all the way around. Kayla, have you loved Boo yet this morning? I know you say no, Boo, but you say no all the time. My cat now gets fed twice a day, and she's manipulative, so anytime somebody comes into the kitchen, she asks for food. She hasn't been loved? Okay, well, why don't you love her? So for the purposes of all of these tutorials, I am going to continue using this nice dull brown sort of look, just because lighter colors are easier to see the stitches. You can see what you're doing. Most of my blanket has been worked so far. I'm on part 5, just so that I'm testing all of the patterns. So I am well ahead of you guys. It has been worked in pinks and reds. But for the purposes of these tutorials, I am going to use this nice light brown. It is the same brand and weight of the yarn that I am using. So moving forward, I am using Lion Brand Impeccable. Hold on a second, baby. Which is a worsted weight yarn, and I am using an H hook. I don't know if you can see that. But I am using worsted weight and H, which is the same yarn and same hook size that I have used and that Carrie Beth has used for her blanket. I am making considerable progress with my blanket, and I've refrained from posting, even though I am like super duper excited to show it off, because I want each part to be a surprise before it's released.
Are you for dentist?
Yes, honey, they're for lunch.
Which one is which?
One is chocolate and one is butterscotch. I figure 2 and 2, depending on who likes what. I bought the kids puddings for lunches this week, which is a nice special treat. They don't normally get sugary snacks for their lunches. And my beautiful ADHD daughter is not waiting until this video is over before asking me questions. Which is fine, because we're going on 20 minutes and she's been standing there ever so patiently waiting for a really long time. Okay, so now we're going to finish off and we're going to single or slip stitch into that chain 3 that we made at the beginning. And there you have it. Your hexagon number 1 is done. For the purposes of our blanket, all of our hexagons moving forwards have measured from here to here will be 7 inches. From side to side will be 6 inches. And then each, I guess, side is 3.5 inches. For those of you who don't have a tape measure handy, I have learned that a crochet hook is 6 inches. So I would lay my crochet hook down, and if from one end to the other is 6 inches, which then would lead one to believe that yes, that will be in fact 7 inches. If you're a little bit smaller than 6 inches from side to side, you can always block it to kind of stretch that out a little bit. We can post some links and some tutorials on how to block if you want. There are a number of different ways to block. I have my personal preferences depending on the type of yarn that I'm using. But if you're like 5 3/4, when you sew it all together, it will stretch out your hexagon and it will look even. If you are a little bit bigger, that's okay. You just want to make sure that all of your hexagons are going to be approximately the same size. If your hexagons are bigger than ours, again, that's fine. That just means your finished blanket is going to be slightly larger than ours, which is more than acceptable. You want to make this your own blanket. So that's hexagon number 1. Oh, it's so pretty. This was one of my favorite hexagons to make. So there you have it. For those of you who need more assistance, or if you have any other questions, you can either comment here, make a post in the group. We're going to compile all of the questions, and when Carrie Beth goes live next Sunday, we'll answer all of those questions. I am also available, and I'm sure Carrie Beth can make herself available as well, for one-on-one kind of coaching through a Facebook Messenger video chat, if that is something that you would like. I know that I went through this hexagon very, very fast, so for those of you who are beginners, if you want me to slow down, give me a personal message or comment below, and I will make some time to go through this hexagon a little bit slower. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will be back shortly with hexagon number 2.